What's up, guys? I wanted to do this video on the weekend, and I've got some time, and it's 6:40 in the morning, my time. So let's go. COTP, Cryptos OTC Trading Platform. I've been with these guys since February 28th. We are coming up on 3 weeks now. So made a ton of money. This platform is just paying out a ton. A lot of people coming in are questioning, how legit is this? How long is it gonna last? Honestly, I hate that question. How long is it gonna last? Like, I don't know, dude. I mean, let me just call these guys up and ask them when their business is gonna implode. I mean, I look at certain things and then just gauge it from there, and then be conservative with pulling profits off the table. But aside from that, let's just talk a little bit about this platform. Okay, this is my updated review. I've done an initial one when I very first started, and I've learned some things since then that I think might be helpful for you guys to make a good judgment call for yourself, because that's all this is. I'm sharing with you, I'm telling you what I have found. In the end, you guys are going to get in if you're comfortable, and you're not going to get in if you're not comfortable. So let's talk about COTP. This is over-the-counter trading platform. If you're not familiar with what an OTC dealing desk is, there are YouTube videos actually on it, but I mean, you can come through cotps.net and you can read a little bit about what these guys are doing, and they even talk about what an OTC is. So for example, if I wanted to come in with $5 million and buy Bitcoin, it might be a little bit of a hassle to go through exchanges to get it at a right price. And so an OTC dealing desk is a place where I can go and pay somebody and get my 5 million bucks worth all in one go, for example. So and have that be in crypto. So what COTP is doing, and this is not the main page that I'm typically in. This is kind of more informational. COTPS.com. This is where I go to place transactions and stuff. But the earning portion of what we are doing and what I've been doing since February 28th is an exchange arbitrage system using USDT TRC20. So we're using a stable coin to make these arbitrage profits, and that's a great thing because it's a stable coin. So the risk is extremely low with what we're doing if these guys are actually trading, and I'll go over some of that as well. I just kind of wanted to give like an upfront, hey, COTPS.net, OTC, it's a over-the-counter trading platform. We're doing exchange arbitrage using USDT TRC20. And if you guys don't know what arbitrage is, it's essentially finding price discrepancies. So there's let's say, for example, a lower price on one exchange and a higher price on another, and we're just taking advantage of that gap, that price discrepancy, and then making profits on it. So that's essentially what COTP is doing, or what they tell us at least. Let me go a little bit and talk about some of the I guess you could call them red flags. I mean, I've seen it both ways, and I've actually gone over this in my first video, cotps.net. If you come over here, yes, they're going to tell you, here's our team. And my very first video, I said, yeah, I'm pretty sure these guys aren't real. And I mean, they're not. So if that is a red flag for you, if you have to have a transparent team before you get in a project, then you can go ahead and move on to the next project that you might feel comfortable with. But I mean, if I were just to go off of their executive team, let me just show you really quick. So if I was to copy this image, and I already did this, I went to tineye.com, and you can paste these in, and you're gonna find these images on other sites as well. So I mean, like other sites are using them. So I mean, if I was to do the same with this guy, go to tineye.com and just paste that image in here, you're gonna find it on a bunch of different sites. So yeah, I mean, I think it's fair game to say the executives, their team here is not actually the team. And when I did this as well, my very first review, and hold tight with me, guys, okay? So as I go through all this stuff, I'm going to be as transparent as possible. I'm going to show you all that I found, and there's good things as well. So just stick to the end as I go through this. I want you guys to see all that's happening here so you can make a good judgment call. So I think it's fair game to say, yeah, the team here, the the leaders, or whatever you want to call them, these aren't real. And when I first did this, I did a domain search on these guys, so COTPS.com. Let me just grab that, and then I'm going to do a domain lookup. So I'm going to use whois.com, and I'm going to look up COTPS.com and just search these guys. And I can see here that this domain was at least registered 2019 in March. And I remember when I first talked about this, I said, yeah, and this is what I've been told as well. So the guys above me, I can't confirm this though, and that's why I don't want to hit on it too much. It was registered on 2019. However, the site that we are on, COTPS.com, was officially launched the way it looks like this on November of 2021. So, okay, so it's called web.archive.org. And if I do put in COTPS.com and I go back to 2019, and what did it say, March? Okay, well, we've got some highlighted snapshots. So we got snapshots here that we can use and go off of COTPS.com and see what it looked like back then. So let me see if I can view this for you guys. And you'll notice that I'm pretty sure this is Chinese. I don't know what the difference. I can't tell the difference if it's Japanese, Korean, or what. Anyway, so this is what the site looked like back in 2019. But Whois is saying it was registered back in 2019. So if I'm going off of this, I think it's fair game as well to say, yeah, the site wasn't actually up and running back in 2019. The guys above me actually told me that it has been going since 2019 under a different name. I'm still getting information on that, so I can't confirm any of this. What I can confirm is this was launched November 2021, and if I go, let me just show you here. Let's see if I can confirm some of that. So what I can confirm, at least from these screenshots, January 11th, 2022, this is when we start seeing from this domain, COTPS.com, the site that we see right now. So they might have been using a different domain previously back in 2019. And I just can't confirm that. I'm working with the guys above me because one of them apparently knows directly the guy that introduced this to them a year ago. So he's working to get more information. This is what I got for you guys right now. So January 2022. However, I do have an article that was put out, I'm pretty sure from COTP as well, saying November 2021 is when they officially launched. Then it might have taken a couple months, I don't know exactly, to get up and running. But let me show you that article real quick. Okay, so I've got this timesnewswire.com, this press release for COTP, November 25th, 2021. This is when this came out, and they're saying here it's reported that COTP, the digital asset exchange, was officially launched Eastern time on November 20th, 2021. Okay, so I mean that's what this article is going over, and then I'm showing you guys that web archive screenshot. January, at least, we can visibly see some of that that design that we currently are seeing. You know, these tabs down here at the bottom. So there is that, you guys. So talking about the ownership, which fair game to say, yep, not real. And the site, at least from what I can confirm and confidently bring to you guys, you know, January 2022, the press release November 2021. So that's what you guys can go off of. And then this insurance protection of FDIC. Yeah, I haven't been able to confirm that, so I'm not banking on this either, this FDIC insurance of up to 250K per customer. Now what we can confirm, and I did do this on my other video, my first review, is this MSB registration search. So let's go ahead, and if I actually just click that, yeah, it's going to go to fincen.gov, and then I can just search this one here. I'm just going to paste that in, and then we can see Colorado. Now here's the thing, you guys, these COTPS.com, let me see if I can find it, because I'm pretty sure it was saying previously that it was coming from Singapore. So I know the Asian region, China, from what I understand, this is actually where it's coming from. So if I look up COTPS.net, which is like their front end kind of informational page, this one on whois.com, it is saying Singapore. Okay, so Singapore, that is where it was when it was registered, the country, that's where it was coming from. And then if we do COTPS.com, it actually says it was coming from Arizona. So we have both of those, but we do have the MSB license here. We can come in Colorado. Now, if we look at this, I mean, this is common from what I've seen from other projects, is that they'll use this just as like a virtual office. Like this address right here is it's a mailing center. So, I mean, it's just going to forward, from what I understand, a forwarding address. So it's not like their actual corporate, but they do have this MSB license here for Cryptos OTC Trading Platform Limited, which is what we are dealing with here. So there is that. Now let me talk a little bit about, so this is more of, I think we're fine to be done talking about this more front end, the executives, this insurance, the MSB, kind of this site overall, and discussing when that I can at least confidently say it was started. Now, I've got trusted guys above me that got in this. I'm like, all right, like if you guys are saying this, you guys have known each other for years, then I'll go off of that and then also do my own due diligence. So let's move over to COTPS.com and just talk about how this is functioning currently, kind of the overall processes in place, so the transactions that are happening, the withdrawals, and see if we can verify some of the stuff, because it's pretty interesting, and this is a little bit new for me for kind of going in and tracking some of this stuff down. So bear with me if I get some of this stuff wrong. I mean, let me know if I'm like, yeah, if you're saying, if I'm saying something that's completely incorrect, then let me know in the comments. But this is what I understand, so we'll see where it goes. But let me hop over. Actually, I have another account. I want to show you guys some of these transaction orders and how that user interface is when we do these transactions. So I have 2,300 bucks in here in my wallet balance, and I can go in and place some of these orders and initiate some of the trading going on. When you do this, it's locked up for 2 hours and then it goes back in your wallet balance. Okay, so here's an example. I have to sift through these because not all of these I can find on Binance, but when you do place these sell transactions, they're going to tell you the region it's coming from that they're looking at, the certified supplier. So we've got this exchange star market price, and then this transaction price is what we're looking for. So not all of these I can verify as actual suppliers, but this one I was able to. So if I go to Binance or p2p.binance.com and I'm looking in the P2P section, the buys USDT, and then I change the fiat here. I'm just explaining to you guys how to do this, okay? Looking for PKR, that's the region, so that's what we put in here. I'm putting in the transaction price of 184.80, and that's what I have in this amount. And then I have the only show merchant ads checked. So I had to get to the third page here to find this buyer, but we can see here that this price is matching up, and so it's 184.80. That's what we were looking for. It's the same supplier name that COTP is telling us. If I come in here and I mean, they've got a bunch of positive, negative, how long they've been registered. So these are all buyers here on Binance's P2P section. So that's pretty interesting. Now here's the thing. These are just verified buyers for COTP that they're telling us, and I can't confirm with all of these, like, hey, like this transaction, did it happen? So don't take this, I mean, take this with a grain of salt, but we can at least say, yes, it's a verified merchant that COTP is telling us. Now, whether or not these guys are actually making this transaction with them, or if they're pooling our money and then making other transactions across the board for those 2 hours that when it's in a transaction. Like I don't know on that back end, but what I can tell you guys is just like there, like I showed you here, when you come in and you place these transactions here, some of these you can come through, and like this one, I probably wouldn't try and verify. I would probably do another one that's not from CNY, which is I think China. Anyway, so we have, I mean, you can go through and play around with this, verify on Binance. And again, like take this with a grain of salt. This is mainly to verify the buyers. They might be doing more, or that's just what they're showing us. So I don't know exactly what all they are doing, but that is a possibility here. Now, here's the last thing I'm gonna go over, and then I'll talk about the withdrawals and stuff with how that is functioning. I just kind of want to show you guys a little bit of background, and this was done from somebody in my group that explained this to me, and it's helpful information. I mean, in the end, it's kind of cool just to learn about the OTC P2P world, and because I mean, before this, I wasn't too familiar with its existence and all of that. So there, let me just show you guys. I want to show you the withdraw, like where withdrawals are coming from. So if I go, let me just go up to TronScan, because if I were to track where our withdrawals are coming from, just to see what exactly is going on there, let me show you how to do that. And I'm just going to pull up my addresses from my withdraw and where all those are coming from. So if you guys go to your transactions, when you do a withdrawal from COTP, you should be able to find this. Like this is the address that mine came from. So I just copied and pasted it in here. And if I search it on tronscan.org, it's going to give me this owner address SDU3. And I'm going to click on that. And some of this you kind of have to dig around and play around with a bit. But I'm going to first go to transfers, and then I'm going to hop over to TRC20 transfers, because USDT TRC20 is what we are dealing with COTP. And in this filter, I'm going to click on view transactions received, because I just want to see from this owner's address, where money is coming from that's going into this. So this is kind of what I'm doing, just tracking, kind of like, backtracking and seeing where transactions are coming from, deposits into this address that's paying me. And so usually what I'll do in here is we're still on TRC20 transfers, and I'm just looking for really big deposits. So these are all around 1,000, like thousands. We've got this really big 41,000 deposit that came in. So if I click on this address to see where this one came in from, and I click on transfers and I do TRC20 transfers, so I'm just following the big money. Okay, so we've got 41,000, 42,000. I'm going to follow this one, and we can see that this address was tagged with Kraken, and we can see this account here has $289 million that is tied to it. Now, I'm not saying that this is Kraken itself. I'm just saying it's, from what I understand, this is coming from Kraken, which is one of the top OTC dealing desk platforms. So, I mean, I'm not 100% confirming anything here. Again, I don't know exactly what is all going on in the background with this whole project. I'm just following some of these addresses here. And I think earlier, like just like an hour ago, I was checking this, actually like 30 minutes ago, and this was like at 285 million. So since then, 4 million has pumped into this address. Now, here is the one for Kraken. Let me find another one that is, see if we can link one back to Binance. So one second. Okay, so here's another one that I just found, just a bigger chunk that was deposited. I'm on the 6th page. 49,000 that was deposited into this address. So if I am just tracking this down, I'm going to click on transfers, TRC20, and I'm going to follow the big $49,000 deposit. I'm going to click on that address here to see where it came from. And this one is telling us it came from ftx.us. This wallet has 6 million bucks in it. So let me just look up ftx.us and we can see, okay, some kind of exchange. If I go under products, I was just looking at this. If I go under products, guess what? They've got OTC trading. All right, here's another one. I'm on the 17th page. It's easier to follow these really big deposits because not all of them are tagged from an exchange of some sort. So I went into here. So this is me just following it, and I clicked on when it transfers TRC20. I click where this deposit's coming from. MXC is where it was tagged. So I looked up MXC and Crypto Slate came up. So what is MXC? So it has MXC stuff all over here. And again, one of their services is OTC exchange. So there is another one to consider. All right, I finally found one from Binance. Man, this thing took forever. Okay, so I'm still on the 17th page. Oh gosh, I think it was this one that I clicked on. 8W. Yeah, okay, so this 8W address, and then okay, so this HLS from address and the 32G I found here, you can see this is tagged with Binance Hot. So these both are coming from Binance, and we can see this one has 108 million. This one's got almost 52 million. So you've got all these different ginormous addresses all coming from OTC exchanges or exchanges that offer OTC trading. And I'm not saying this is Binance. I'm just saying from what I understand that it's coming from Binance. You guys just saw me look at what was that, 4 different exchanges. So it was Kraken, FTX, and MXC. The last one, I'm going to stop here, Binance. All of these exchanges offer OTC trading platform. There's just tons of different wallets here with millions, bucket loads of USDT in here. So, I mean, and I'm not saying this is 100% confirmation because I still don't know exactly what's all going on in the background. If I'm following with this owner address of where my withdrawal is coming from though, and tracking some of these that do have tags on it, then that's what I'm looking at. So with that in mind, I'm going to end on this, okay? Now, I have done plenty of withdrawals, and these are all from what I understand as well. Again, this all this stuff here, I say what I understand because from my understanding, this is I think how it works, but I don't work for these guys. I'm like you guys. I try and find some of these solid projects, and some of them pay out crazy, and other ones that I have are way low risk, and the returns are also a lot lower. So I'm just in a range of stuff that I feel it has good enough stuff, or a good enough backbone to stand up in. But here's what I can tell you: you guys can make your own decision. When you come into here and you do deposits, withdrawals, and all that stuff, well, I mean, I guess it's mainly deposits and withdrawals. It's pretty instant, okay? When I do a withdrawal, let me show you my withdrawal records for this account. This is daily, so this is twice a day, twice a day, twice a day. I do these in the morning and in the evening, and I get these to my wallet within a few minutes. Now, we've been looking at these different wallets, where things are coming from, and you've probably noticed some of this trigger smart contract, this transaction type. And from the discussions I've had, this site that we have, let me refresh this so it's a little bit cleaner looking. There you go. With the discussions that I've had with the guys above me, and it's mainly all automated. They've got their algorithm, their system in place, and their KYC, everything is, there's very, very little manual stuff going on. And when you do a withdrawal, majority of the time it takes a few minutes. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, and 10 minutes, 10, 15 is like typically when somebody says, hey, how long does it usually take? I'm like, 10 minutes? Like, oh, okay, cool, it just came in at like 5 minutes. So you guys can come in and you can leave based off of how things are right now. If I want to drop 20K, and I actually did this when I first tested this, on my other account. So this is my wife. I got my wife's account, and my account, and we're both hooked up to this. But I dropped in 10,000 and I withdrew all 10,000, and I've shown that on my previous videos. So the uniqueness to this, where you can come in and you can come out, is extremely cool. Usually when when you see these kinds of returns, and I'm typically not in smart contracts. I was in one smart contract and it didn't end well. You guys might have been in that, but I just, when you have these kinds of returns, they typically lock your money in. The only time that your funds are locked, you guys, is when it's in a transaction. And that's for 2 hours. And if it's in your wallet balance, you can withdraw that whenever you want. The only limit is 20,000 bucks per withdrawal request. However, you can submit as many requests as you want a day. So last Friday, the 11th, I did a request for 40,000. I did, and that was done in 2 withdrawal requests, one 20,000, another 20,000. Today, I'm going to be doing a really big withdrawal request as well, just taking profits off the table. And I'm going to have to submit multiple withdrawal requests, 20,000 each. But guess what? We've got that flexibility. So that is some really interesting stuff. And typically, I don't see this kind of coming in, coming out. And I mean, if they've been running since at least this official portion, January, that's 3 months with this kind of, and then I know that we're getting a lot more trend and movement now. So I mean, I'm gonna keep watching these bounces. What I've seen actually is when this gets low, it just fills up with these other. See, like right now it's at 13,000, and it's probably gonna pump from these other exchanges and stuff going into it. And like I think yesterday when I was checking it, it was back up to around 270. 300,000, and that's kind of the repeating process that I've seen. So with that, you guys, I mean, I'm personally getting around 3 to 3.3% a day. And what I'm doing is I am compounding during the week and withdrawing profits on the weekend, and some of this other stuff I have going on, doing daily withdrawals. So when you guys do make your account, it's pretty secure, honestly. You sign in with your phone. If you want to do any kind of transactions, you guys need to, like if I wanted to withdraw here, I need my transaction password. To make your transaction password, you need your phone verification. So that's how you make your transaction password when you do withdrawals. And then again, you need your phone verification code and this face recognition authentication as well. So it's not all the time, but a lot of the time you need to verify your face when you do withdrawals. So they've got 3 different security sections in place when you do a withdrawal system. So this is pretty dang secure. And I haven't talked yet about this, but let's talk about their referral system. They've got a three-tier system, 15, 10, and 5%, and that's all profit-based. There's no fast start deposit bonus from people coming in. It's just when people come in under you and they earn every 2 hours, for example, then you are earning, COTP is paying what they earn, 15% of that, 10% of that, 5% of that to you, depending on what level they are at. So there is that portion. And I mean, you have to do some KYC when you first come in if you want to withdraw more than 500, and that's like 500 overall from what they've told me. I actually haven't tested that, but this is just for security purposes. Like I said earlier, they do a facial recognition, so that's what they're going off of, is your KYC with you. It's a selfie with your driver's license or whatever ID that you have. It's just for security purposes. But I mean, let me just go over here and I'll show you. This is on my main account here, but I've done pretty big withdrawals. I'm gonna do a big one today, and everything honestly has been really smooth. And I'm not saying just because things have been smooth that things are legit 100%. So I'll end on this, you guys. All of these projects, I do as much due diligence when I learn new things. I do videos like this. I try to, and so you guys can stay informed, because a lot of you I know don't know what to look at, and hopefully these videos are helpful for you, and that's why I do them. So if you've got any questions, if you've got any feedback for me, hit me up in the comments, and we'll just take it from there, okay? And I will end on this. When you guys come into this stuff, just make sure you're being smart, okay? All of the stuff I give you is educational. In the end, you guys make your own choice if it's comfortable for you or not. If you guys are coming in with money that you are going to lose sleep over, and you're having nightmares and stuff, then take some out. That's the unique thing about this platform. I have my own Telegram group, and I haven't really pitched you guys to join my team and sign up under me, but all this stuff here, I've got Telegram groups, community, and support. I try and give my best for you guys coming in. And at the end of the day, though, you guys are putting in your own hard-earned money, so just be smart. And I mean, that's what I do is I be conservative with, and I know I say that and I've got 92,000. I need to take some off the table. I plan to do that today. It's just yesterday. I was gonna do it yesterday, but it was just it was busy for me with my work and then going out with my brothers. So just be smart. And if you're too invested and you're getting too stressed out, then guess what? You have the ability to withdraw every 2 hours if you wanted to. Like if you had this in your wallet balance, you can withdraw that out and maybe find another project. What I do is I diversify, and if you guys are following me in my Telegram groups, my main Telegram group where I just have all my projects that I'm in, I'm not telling you guys everybody get in this project. Obviously, you guys are going to make your own decision because this is more educational stuff, and if you guys like what you see, then you can do whatever you want. I'm not forcing anybody. I'm just spitting out what I see on YouTube in my Telegram group, and then you guys make your own decision if you like it, how much you want to put in. Hopefully you guys are doing your own due diligence, but I'll leave it with that. Hopefully, guys, this video was helpful. The things that I learned here and showed to you actually was, and some of those exchanges I actually just found this morning while I was digging just to find a Binance wallet that it came from. So a lot of cool stuff. Crypto's got some wild things going on. And yes, there are a lot of scam platforms, and yes, there are a lot of legit ones as well. Maybe there are some that are more in the middle, like with this one. Like I don't know how exactly they're doing everything on the back end. If I believe what they're saying, then that's we're going off of an exchange arbitrage using USDT, TRC20, and it's a stable coin. But do I 100% know exactly like how things are working? No, but we've gone over some of the things that we can visibly check. And if that's good enough for you guys, then great. I've got a great team and a automated system in place that I'm offering for you. So there you guys have it. All my links are in the description. But anyway, leave some feedback if you guys have any in the comments. You can reach out to me on Telegram. I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll keep this up coming. Well, here's the thing. I mean, it's every day. So this platform is earning 24/7 for us, so which is pretty crazy. But typically on the weekends, I try and slow down, have some time with the family. I hope you guys do as well. All right, balance your life out. Don't do all of this. I mean, it's a little bit busy for me because I'm just at the end of quitting my 9 to 5 and just doing full-time, all these passive projects and semi-passive. I've got some other more hands-on things, but it's still semi-passive. So exciting stuff to come. Just lots of great things to get in, guys. And there's a lot of crappy stuff too. And guess what? Even some of these things, they may implode, and that's why I say diversify was what I do. At least I diversify. I don't go all in on just one, because I can't sleep at night if all my eggs are in one basket. So that's what I do. Hope this was helpful, guys, and I'll catch you later.